Good morning. It Not sure what day it is. I think maybe it's Saturday. But we're at Big Bend National Park. Came in yesterday to this dispersed off-road site, primitive site. We're maybe like 6 miles off the paved road and maybe like 1 or 2 miles from any other human. There's a campsite I passed on the way in. So anyway, it was just dead silent out here last night. It was just amazing. Nothing. I mean, you can hear yourself breathe. That's how quiet it is. It's just amazing. And nothing out here last night except for maybe a group of off-roaders, campers, overlanders, whatever. People doing the same thing I am, just exploring. So they had a group of 5 of them came through last night. They were obviously going to some kind of campsite down there. We're headed that way today. Having a little coffee, just enjoying the morning. Then I am going to head off down Glen Springs Road, River Road, probably Black Gap. We're going to check out the Mariscal Mine, do some hiking, explore some of the most remote areas of the park. So I can't start any morning without my coffee. I need it. So my coffee set up. I just got a propane burner. I got my pot here for boiling water. You got this French press. I think it's called like the Gator French press. Got this off of Amazon somewhere, but it's great. It's rigid. I've got scratches all over it. It puts up with abuse. It's good for camping, adventuring, things like this. Really heavy, really sturdy. Usually drink out of this Stanley cup, whatever it is. And when I'm doing things, I try to check out some local products wherever I am. So I was at the State Park Ranger Station and got this Davis Mountain Blend from Big Bend Coffee Roasters. It is pretty damn good. I would actually get some more of this. So if you're in the area, check this out. Worth it. Looks like it's roasted in Marfa, Texas, but good. So we took a little detour off of River Road to an area called Solis, and we're here in the Rio Grande again. That is Mexico right there, United States. This is a very secluded area, but there's some horse prints around here, some border patrol on the way in, but there's hiking trails. People do come down here occasionally. All right, we 3 hours after leaving Rio Grande Village and taking all these back roads, we are finally near the Mariscal Mine. I see it up there on the hill, so we'll be there in a bit. All right, so like I said, we are finally at the Mariscal Mine. It's up there, maybe like a mile hike. There is no one out here. I passed 2 Jeeps in the past 3 hours coming in. And like I said, this is my 4th time to Big Bend, and I've never been able to get out here because it's quite a trek. Okay, I'm up here at the top of the Mariscal Mine, uh, having a little lunch, and this is wow. This is amazing. The view's amazing. This is quite an adventure getting here. You have to remember, I am in the most remote park, most remote part of the most remote park in the United States. So it is unbelievable seclusion. I think you can see the mountains of Mexico. I think I can see the Chisos Mountains. I'm up here at the mine. There's all kinds of mine shafts around here. It's kind of kind of dangerous. Got to be careful exploring. I don't want to go fall in some mine shaft that no one will ever find you out here for weeks. So I'm just taking a look around, being very careful, looking at some of the cool stuff, and then probably going to hit the road because we have come so far. I think I got another 27 miles of river road to get out of here. So depending on the condition, that is that's probably another 2 hour drive. So this is becoming an all day event, but pretty amazing experience. I know not a lot of people get to come out here to the Mariscal Mine. It is kind of like some ruins. I'm going to read up more and tell you about it later. But I think part of the draw is the seclusion and the adventure of getting here. I mean, that's what it's all about. It probably wouldn't be the same if you could take a tour bus here or if it was right off the road. Just wouldn't have the same experience. Getting here is the adventure. So camp is somewhere back in there. So I'm back here at camp. Been a long day, but pretty adventurous day. Started out at Rio Grande Village. Gassed up, called my wife to let her know I'm still alive and everything's good, and that if she doesn't hear from me for another day, I'm still good because there's no reception. The original plan was to come back on Black Gap, but it took way too long. I didn't get to the mine till after 4 and needed to get back here. So came back up Glen Springs Road, took a little swing by the Chisos, and now I'm here back at camp. So I come back to camp. I've been here for a little bit. Some guy comes rolling up my driveway, which is like a couple miles long. So Big Bend's a very safe park. Actually, safer than many other national parks, at least by statistics. You'd be surprised being right on the border, but it's still weird when you're way out here by yourself and some guy just comes rolling up. So he came up the driveway. He's just down the, not driveway, down the dirt path. He's just a guy with his family just exploring. They didn't know this was a campsite, so they were just as shocked as I when they rolled right up on me and they're like, oh, there's a guy camping. So speaking of safety, I picked up this book at the ranger station, Panther Junction, Death in Big Bend, True Stories of Death and Rescue in Big Bend National Park. As I said, Big Bend, despite being on the border, it is not dangerous in terms of, cartel people running around. And you would think all this stuff's going on. In the reality, it's not. The rangers and the police tell you that too. But what is a problem out here is not being prepared. The park has, I think, several deaths per year. They've had quite a few deaths. People hiking, getting lost, breaking down, car trouble, things along those lines. The reality is it is so remote and so desolate that you got to remember you don't have cell signals out here, and if you got a problem, you can't just call anyone, and you may not even be able to hike out. So really, safety here is about having water, having fuel, food, backup supplies. You kind of got to be prepared for some of these situations, even if you're not doing hardcore adventure. Just coming out here and driving around in a rental car, things can go wrong. You can take a little dirt road, you get a flat tire, you're stuck there for the night. You know, maybe you're on an incline, you can't get your jack up. There's things like that happen all the time out here. Even when I went just today to ride River Road, I got 6 gallons emergency water here, 2 more, 3 more there. So I've got 10 gallons. I got more drinking water. I got snacks. First aid kit. First aid kit back there. I threw a sleeping bag in here too that wasn't in here. I got my backup battery supply. You can never be too safe. All right, dinner time again. And as I seem to have all the time, some type of chicken fajita or taco, whatever you want to call it. I got some Trader Joe's pollo asado that I diced up that I'm grilling on there. And then prepping some corn tortillas, some diced onions, diced Colby Jack, some limes, some salsa verde. Once again, I try to keep it simple. This ain't no fancy cooking. It's based on what I got in the trailer, what I find on the road, and what I brought. Also, it's based on not having to wash too many dishes, because I don't want to. The more prep, the more complication that goes into it, the less I enjoy all of this. And tonight, I'm going with a $17 bottle of red wine I found at a gas station in Terlingua. I try to get something local. This says it's from the Texas High Plains, out of Bryan, Texas. It's a Cabernet. It's pretty good. Drinking it in my little steel mug here. Good. Goes good. Tastes good with a little bit of that desert sand in it that was in the cup. Probably gonna go good with the pollo asado. Haven't lived indoors for 6 days. I mean, this ain't too bad. Look at that. Got to put my food filter on. So it's my 5th or 6th night in the desert. Had a night at Amistad National Recreation Area. Couple nights at a camp in Terlingua. Couple nights out here, the dispersed camp. And it's been a little disappointing on the animal front. Haven't seen much wildlife. I saw a javelina down by the Rio Grande on the Mexican side, but I expect to see a lot more javelinas. It's all barren desert, but for some reason it's a little bit lush right here behind me. There's a few plants growing, and it's odd. It's totally out of character. I got to find the background of this place. Maybe that's rice growing back there. Maybe there's a special reason they call it this. But I went back there today, and there's a whole bunch of dung and game trails and footprints. I think they're javelinas. I'm not sure what they are. I did hear a lot of coyotes last night, but I didn't see any. But I'm thinking there's a whole bunch of animal business, whole bunch of animal business going on right there behind me. Listen to them coyotes. Pretty amazing out here. Every night I've been watching that moon comes peeking out over that mountain right there. Pretty amazing. It's pitch black for about 2 hours, And then once the moon comes out, starts to lighten up.